All right, there. Welcome back. Welcome back. You see my notebook with all my notes that I'm talking from because I don't want to miss out anything. So welcome back, guys. This is Dav telling you my Jamaica to Canada immigration process that I did in 2016 and how just like in 2 years I became a permanent resident. So we are in the midst of talking about the visa application. I already told you the thing that you needed to submit when you're applying for your visa, and I'll repeat them for you. You need your completed student visa application form, you need your completed family information form, you need your school's letter of acceptance, you need proof of funds, proof of accommodation, as well as a letter of intent. So as I told you in previous videos, I did my application in July of 2016, July 25th to be exact. Got a response on the 12th of August and it was a denial. So I ended up now having to reapply. The option was provided for me to appeal, and I just said no. So I at that point I broke off ties with my immigration agency because I just felt that I knew what to do and I was just moving in faith. So I was like, no, I'm not going to, because I had to now pay the agency for that service and then I had to pay to appeal. So it would be additional money. So I'm like, and if I'm going to do stuff differently, I'm going to need more money. So let's see where I can save. I'm very frugal, and you are going to learn more about that in subsequent videos. I don't play the like I don't have it like that. So I denied the opportunity to appeal. I just reapplied, and as I said in the last video, I was able to amend my proof of funds in that short space of time, as well as I revamped my letter of intent. So if you want me to just give you a brief synopsis again, I made sure that the money, um in my opinion this time, surpassed the amount that would cover my duration of study, my living expenses, my and my cover my flight. Now, how I covered my flight was I actually booked my flight, like actual booking. So previously, when I was submitting my application, the only proof of flying that I had was a dummy itinerary that I got through um the agency. They had directed me as to where I could go to get a dummy itinerary, but there was the flight information was on there, but there was no proof of payment for the flight. So that obviously never sold the immigration. So I basically now had an actual itinerary, which was my flight was booked, right? And I submitted that with the new application, as well as I revamped entirely my letter of intent. So in the letter of intent, and it may vary for you, right? So, and if you want help with like, doing a letter of intent based on what you're doing, I'm able to help you with that. I don't have a problem because one of the main reasons, and I should have said this in the introductory video, one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is because from time to time I have persons reaching out to me asking for advice and for help because they know that I have gone through the process, and I've always tried to help people from my experience, and also tell them, as I've told you countless times, check the information on the site for yourself that it's current, so that you don't just work off what I am saying, but with what Canadian immigration is asking for at that specific time. So in my letter of intent, what I did was speak to the program I was applying for. As I said, it wasn't applied in Jamaica. It wasn't provided, it being offered in Jamaica, the particular program I was applying for, as well as I see where studying it would benefit my country. I'm yet to live that out. I actually had started to put plans in place to bring it back home, but a lot of political shifts happened, and I just thought best not to do it. So it wasn't like I was even fronting and lying or anything. I saw the need for it in the country, but it's not that it has died altogether. I just, at the time when the election happened, I was like, no, there were some things happening in the particular sector that I wanted to approach, and I'm like, maybe this is not the time. But it's still a passion of mine. So I didn't line that part of the letter. I'll tell you that much. However, um you have to prove to them that you're going to come back. And I'm like, y'all know that we're not coming back. Why you're asking us to actually lie? But for me, I just interpreted it a whole different way. I mean, after all, I'm a Christian, so I'm not going to outrightly lie. I'm not going to lie at all. So for me, it was a matter of, when you say return, what do you mean? Do you and I have the same meaning of what return means? Because for me, it means I can always return there to visit, but to stay there, no. Because even what I was planning on doing in terms of contributing to Jamaica, I was trying to do it from being in Canada, not to stay in Jamaica and do it. Y'all can at me if you want, but that was just my thing. So overall, I revamped my letter of intent, and I provided copies of things that I owned, which wasn't much. But just, and to make reference to that, the fact that my parents were in Jamaica, and them never old enough, but me make it look like them old enough for I'm gonna need me to take care of them. So I'm gonna return to do that. But nevertheless, I fixed my letter of intent in that way. So if you want help with yours, I can help you, because apparently it worked. As you would have imagined. I tell you, I'm in Canada. How did I get here? The same study route, my darling. It was that application. So, to backtrack, I got the rejection letter on the 12th of August, and by the 19th, I reapplied. Like 1 week after. 1 week after. It was so. Yeah, 1 week after. 19th of August. One exact work week after. And I reapplied with all those things now. So application form completed, family information form completed, letter of acceptance, proof of funds now revamped with more money. Proof of accommodation was still there, no need to change that. And letter of intent revamped, but also my flight. So I booked my flight, and guys, whether you're Christian or not, when you're migrating, you need a lot of faith. And for me, that was a bold faith move to book my flight, borrow people money, because I had to do that. Somebody just came in the nick of time, and while I was there typing my letter of intent, the person was at their house booking my flight with an airline. Yeah, that's how it happened. And once again, when you borrow people money, you're going to tell them the amount you're borrowing, how long you're borrowing it for, and when you're done with it, you pay them back, because it ain't yours. Okay? So I resubmitted my application just 1 week after I got the denial. Now that don't sound like it makes sense to anybody, but to me it made sense. I never waited. I couldn't wait. I had school in September. Like, how much time you have between August and September? I had school in a couple of weeks, so I had to get going. And because I depended on God to guide me, and that's what he basically said, address the concerns. I addressed the concerns, and I did it. So I submitted on the 19th, and on the 29th, I got a response from the Canadian immigration to go pick up my documents. Now, we already know that one of two things can happen when Canadian immigration reaches out to you and say, your document is ready for pickup. So, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to know what happened. Stick around. Thank you so much. And if you have any comments or any questions about anything I've said so far in the process, please let me know. And another thing, if you know anybody that is information can help, let them know about it as well. Don't keep it to yourself. Come on, I'm sharing it with you. Share it with somebody else, man, and let them know that there's somebody who has gone through the process that can help you So here is the video with information. Thank you for sticking around, and see you again next time. I'll tell you what happened.